Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Right, it is Friday, Andy. Very excited, and I'm going to say I'm almost sick of this song.
It's a great song, though.
It is a great song.
Because it's got history, it's got culture, because obviously Gazali's was a famous AFL player back in the day.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and he was famous for his high marks.
Oh,
So that's what the song's about. So up there, Gazali's, get up there. He was just some legend of the game who could just jump so high and catch the ball.
Oh, that's helpful. I should have heard that at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
Which you podcasters are hearing.
I didn't tell you that part, Phil.
I didn't
I just thought you knew it. I thought it was household knowledge.
No, look, I have actually. I've obviously heard that. Murray, my husband, okay, so today, sorry, podcasters, we're coming to you and we're recording this after the show. It was a very good show. There was a bit of everything today because it's AFL Grand Final weekend. So we leaned in on that.
It was like a box of chocolates.
There was that. We talked to Sean Hart, who I haven't got to chat to before because you've always talked with him when I was away, but he's a legend.
He's such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy. He's an AFL hero,
He
could
is.
say. I don't think it's understating it.
And he's got a true servant heart. He's spoken in my church a couple of times and at church events, and he just always had a servant heart. He doesn't act like a big deal. He's very humble.
But he's amazing.
What he's achieved, Phil. Every boy in Australia dreamed about playing sport at the highest level in whatever sport
And winning a
that we
grand
played.
final.
And he's done it all.
And he won the
Best and fairest.
medal thingy.
Brown Smith.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Norm Smith medal.
Because the Brownlow
Is a
was
different one.
earlier this week.
That's the one where they get to dress up and take their girlfriends and their
Yeah,
wives
that's good.
dressed to the nines.
I would like that. I was talking to Murray about that yesterday because he goes podcasters, you get a bit more info. He goes
way more info.
He goes for the West Coast Eagles, right? And so when I married him, I thought I'll lean in and learn about AFL.
Oh, good for you,
I know.
Phil.
So I've been to a couple of games.
Speaking of a servant heart, Phil came in to serve Murray.
I do try.
Well, okay, when he was
But-
watching, let me just stop there then. When he was watching the West Coast play and you were newly married, because, we know it's like when you're newly married.
Newly
you're
married.
Trying your best. Did you think, I'm going to just bless my husband today? I'm going to let him sit in front of the TV. I'm going to make him lunch. I'm going to bring him drinks. Maybe a little shoulder rub there at halftime when his tension was getting high. Did you ever do that, Phil?
I didn't know all of those bits. Hang on.
Did you do one of them?
Hang on. I watched the game and I asked
watched it with him?
questions. I asked questions.
Were they relevant
What's that
questions?
guy doing? What's that guy doing when that guy's doing that? Why is it? That's not very good, is it? What's the point of that? I think that's for more how I interacted with the game.
Well, for the young players out there, the young wives and girlfriends, maybe the questions that we want to hear, if you really want to bless us while watching our sport, is, would you like a drink? Can I make you lunch? Would you like a little shoulder rub there? Are you feeling the tension of the game? What can I do to help?
What can I do to help?
Those are the 4 golden questions that every man wants to hear. Not what's he doing? What's the rule? Why is that happening?
is exactly
What's the ref on about?
That's what I was doing.
These are the questions, Phil, that distract us from the game.
Right.
We need to focus.
Maybe that's why I've been shopping most of the times the game's been on ever since. But in the last few years, I've been offering I'm like, I know you love it. How about when they come to the Gold Coast, which is where we live, how about we could all go
That's
to
nice.
the West Coast Eagles,
Yeah.
right? Murray refuses to go because they lose
'Cause they're
all the
losing.
time. He's like, this is going to be so depressing.
It's not biblical.
I've even found out when it's on and I'm like, I know it's on this weekend. I'll get ticket. No.
No.
I didn't realise it was.
Well, I'm feeling Murray because
you? 'Cause it's
it's not
bottom of the
biblical to
table.
lose all the time. It's not
Yeah,
healthy.
right.
Not good for your psyche.
And then the Brownlow, he told me last night, we were chatting about it, and I'm like, how did those West Coast Eagles end up? No, they got less brown. They've now made the worst. They got the record for the least number of Brownlow points ever.
Wow.
And they beat their previous low. They were already at the bottom of that record, and now they've gone lower
They've beaten their own record.
for the worst.
Wow.
Yeah,
Murray,
so sorry.
I'm feeling for Murray right now.
Sorry. I laugh because I don't really care, but the rest, I do care about him. Sorry, but about that. Yeah.
I think there's 2 WA teams, isn't there?
There
There's
is.
West Coast Eagles
Yeah, and then the Dockers.
Fremantle Dockers, yes.
And they were for a while, when we were first married, both teams doing excellently.
They were big. I remember. They were dominating.
They were dominating. It was a much bigger deal in our house now. Now it's no.
And you've got Adelaide as well. They've got a team.
2? Do they have 2?
I don't know. I know they've got at least one because Leighton Hewitt is a big fan because he lives down that way. Of course, you've got Melbourne team. You've got a Sydney team. You've got a
there a
Brisbane
Tassie
team. No, but they're talking about building a stadium down there.
I saw that in the news.
And you would think that they would create a franchise down there as well to play for Tassie. I hope they do.
Well, you maybe. Oh, look, we've got to go. You've got to get onto the show. But Andy talks about wanting to get a mark.
Take a
Maybe
home
you
mark.
could go and be part of the Tassie team.
Well, I told you before, my
love
uncle actually played for Tassie. So there is an AFL museum in Hobart somewhere, which I need to get to. And there's a photo of him in the team because he played for Tasmania.
Doing a mark?
No, it was a team shot.
Oh, just a team shot.
Yeah.
Pity.
Uncle Jimmy.
There you go. Well, wait, look out on socials. Andy's promised us, I don't know, I'm saying you promised us, a photo of you marking a football.
I can take a home mark.
I want a high mark photo over the weekend.
Do we need to do an online poll? Does Andy wear the Warwick Kappa shorts or the big baggy
No,
ones?
please, as baggy
big
as possible. We
baggy
don't need a poll.
basketball shorts.
I'm just going to tell you what's good taste.
Well, you got to be in character, Phil. You know, every great actor knows how to play the role in character. I think if I'm in the baggy basketball shorts, it's going to hold me back.
Well, I'm happy for you to be held back just that tiny bit.
Imagine a seagull in a pair of baggy shorts. They're not going to fly as high. They're going to struggle. They're going to be flapping their little wings and just not getting airborne, Phil.
Just fly as high as those baggy shorts will take you, Andy. That's all we need. Hey, enjoy the podcast.
Thanks for streaming the Rise and Shine Daily podcast. Please subscribe to the show, rate it on your favourite podcast platform, and share the link on your socials. It all helps get the word out.
It's Friday. It's very exciting.
It's Yay Day, Phil. Yay Day. Friday.
And if you're waking up in Melbourne today, it's also a public holiday because of this.
Yes.
Grand Final Eve. Do you think all of Melbourne, they'll be asleep for sure?
Well, I don't know. I think Melbourne now, not everyone probably follows the AFL like they did 40 years ago, but a lot of people do.
It seemed, okay, my brother and his wife and so I've got family in Melbourne. They're Queenslanders, actually Kiwis originally, but
Yeah.
so we didn't grow up with AFL, but they all have chosen a team. I think you as soon as you land in Melbourne and you're like, this is where I'm living, you have to choose a team. I think it's law.
Okay, then you can't migrate there without choosing a
I
team.
don't think so. But Simon, my brother, he chose St Kilda, which
Okay.
haven't been great. So, poor
I don't
Simon.
think their record's
He chose
good,
badly.
Phil. He did. I don't think they've won since 1966, just putting it
oh,
out
look
there.
at your brain, Andy. Very impressive.
Same year that the English won the Football World Cup, and they've never been able to win it since either.
Oh, Andy, I'm very impressed with your knowledge.
Well, when you live in England, you never stop hearing about the 1966 World
Do you
Cup
really?
win because the media just go on about it and on about it and on about because they have not won that silly thing since.
Well, today we are putting it out there. We're going to chat a little bit about football. We've got some special guests.
We do.
We've got Sean Hart.
Former great, the Lions player. He was part of the team that won 3 premierships. They called it the 3-peat. He will join us this morning, Phil.
Fantastic. We've also got Greg Newman. So, if we're going to go through all of Vision and pick someone who's the most passionate about footy, it's Greg, right?
He's your guy.
He's your man.
He's even got a tipping competition, which, putting it out there, Phil, I was a part of this year. I think I
Oh,
chose
did you?
teams 2 weeks out of the whole season,
Okay.
and he chose the rest for me because I kept forgetting.
Oh, bless you. He asked me if I would be on it, and I said, no, why would I do that?
You wisely said no, and I said yes to be part of the gang, and I just kept forgetting because I just don't care. I'm not an AFL guy, Phil. I mean, I respect it. The players are amazing athletes,
They are.
but I'm just not an AFL fan.
Actually, to be honest, he asked us in the car with Murray and I, and Murray said, you're never going to do it, Fel. You're never going to follow through. So Murray vetoed it, which he was right to do.
Next year, maybe we should do it together, Phil. We could alternate
No,
each
look,
week,
We're
know?
still not going to be bothered, let's be honest.
I might as well throw a dart at a board, though, to choose which team's going to win. So I've got no idea.
Oh, dear. So there is lots to come on this show. Hey, coming up next, though, we have had Martine get in touch on the Facebook page yesterday. We were talking about snakes and spiders. Put me off camping for life. Like I was already
Forever.
sworn off camping, but now it's even more so.
Yeah.
I need to get her on the line. We're going to do our best to do it next because you kind of had a prophetic word.
I did, Phil.
Pathetic word, let me just say.
I did.
You said, are you going to get in the car and end up with a spider crawling around there, Fel, after all this talk of spiders in the car?
Or something worse.
Yeah, or a snake, which Marie called us about. Well, did it happen? Oh, you'll have to find out next after this one. Good morning.
Rise and shine on Vision Christian Radio.
John Newsom, who sounds like John Newcomb, just quietly, Phil.
He does. Less tennis with that, John.
I'd love to hear Nuke sing a song. What a great way to end a
Out
life.
on the court.
He's won Wimbledon, he's a tennis star, and now he's a worship leader. Come on, Nuke, step up, son, step up.
It's all in the name. It's all
You know what
in
we're
the
going to
name.
say if he does, Phil? Beauty, Nuke.
Are you? Is that what they used to say to him?
Yeah, but if he sang a worship song that was awesome, every time I'd play it on the radio, I'd say, Beauty, Nuke.
Beauty bonds, mate. You know something that yesterday if you weren't joining us, listen to the podcast. It's enough to put you off camping for life.
That's
I'm gonna
enough to
say.
put Fel off camping for life. Andy got keen for another camp. I'm like, yeah, I want to go camping again.
No, it was just so we put the question out there. What have you found in your car that shouldn't be there? A bit of an unwanted hitchhiker, we could say. Snakes, spiders, anything like that.
Yep.
We were inundated with spider and snake stories.
We were surprised, weren't we, Fel? We thought we might get a couple of calls.
Sure.
We couldn't keep up with the calls, and we're really sorry if you rang and you didn't get to air, or you rang and you couldn't get through to us because it was just manic.
But near the end of the show, you put it out there, Andy, and I'm going to say you were like, oh, imagine, Fel, how interesting it would be if now you get in your car to go up to uni and there's a spider in your car. Wouldn't that be interesting how you just spoke it into being?
And Fel got a little bit paranoid. She's thinking, has Andy been in my car? Has he put something in my car?
100% I
She
did.
opened the door yesterday.
I did.
Paranoid that Andy had somehow put something in there just to scare her.
And you should have. Can I just say, that would have made for great radio.
Well, I didn't have a little eight-legged friend with me that I could have just slipped in
No,
there.
just a fake one, not a
Oh,
real
fakey.
one.
Well, I don't carry those around either.
And you're not at 6 anymore. But all day, I had to drive a couple of hours yesterday, and all day I'm looking around the car. I'm imagining these little legs coming out of the side of the door. It was so scary.
These little feet trotting along the car dashboard or the windscreen.
And then I look over on our Rise and Shine Facebook group. So we've got the Rise and Shine Facebook page, and then we've got the group. So you have to answer a couple of questions, and you get through, and you can.
And they're tough questions. You've got to prepare for that test.
You have to know.
Not everyone passes.
Are you going to obey the rules of the group, which is to be nice, and who are the hosts? And we actually take any hosts. It doesn't have to be
Doesn't
Andy
matter.
and I.
You can say anything.
As long as you type a name. But Martina's put a video over of her in her car
Yeah.
and this massive spider. This is a little bit of what the video says.
Holy moly. It's going towards you, Mum. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, no.
So,
That was her daughter commentating. Mum was driving.
and I just want you to imagine this giant huntsman crawling up. It looked like an air vent or something, and out up over the windscreen.
And it was hairy. They're always hairy,
They're
Phil.
always hairy.
I said yesterday, if they weren't hairy, they may not be as scary. But because they're hairy, they can be scary.
Andy was like, "Can we shave one and see if it makes it less scary?"
Give
No,
it a
we
haircut.
cannot, Andy.
Haircut and 8 little shoes to go on its
And a
feet.
little top hat. But guess what, Andy? I've got Martine. So she was the one who posted the video about the spider. I've got her on the line.
Oh, let's talk to her.
Okay, so Martine, yesterday we were speaking all about spiders. You've posted a video of you with a spider. What's been going on in your car?
I was picking my daughter up from the airport, my adult daughter, and anyway, we're on the highway on the way home, and out of the air vent comes a spider out of the passenger side.
Oh, no.
And
Well, hang on a sec,
It was
Martine.
like-
Was it Incy Wincy Spider? One of those little
Oh, cutie little
tiny
one.
ones that wouldn't hurt anybody?
oh, well, I knew it wouldn't hurt anyone, but it was a big one. Well, to me, it was big anyway.
It's massive.
But,
Yeah. You've put a video out on our Facebook page and you're understating it. I saw it. Andy, you saw it this morning and you were like, even you?
It looked like it was big enough to eat a magpie. Or a meat pie. What do you reckon?
So it comes out of the air vent. Talk us through what happens next and what you're thinking.
Hey, well, as soon as my daughter saw it, she was like grease lightning straight into the back seat.
Grease
I've
lightning.
never seen anyone. Well, I didn't see her move. I was driving, and I said to her, I said, "Well, grab my phone and you can record it." So
very
she did. And and then it just creeped across the windscreen toward me.
No. You're still going at
yeah.
pace. Like I would have pulled over the car wherever
Well, there
by
was
now.
nowhere, like on the highway. It was like 100 zone, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what do I do?" No.
Well, Martine, I have reviewed the evidence because you have put a video of it on Facebook. And I was wondering, why is there no one in the passenger seat? So now I know why.
You
So
know
your
why.
daughter has jumped back into the passenger seat. And were you thinking, Andy and Phil, why did you talk about this? You should not have brought this up.
Great presence of mind, can I say, to record the event because that is yesterday I was thinking all through the day because I'm driving on a highway myself and all I'm looking for are these legs. I'm like looking at the road looking for legs because I'm sure Andy has made sure that there's a spider in my car. And then I'm like, would I be able to get evidence of this if it happened? And I'm not sure I would have. So that's very impressive.
Yes. And the thing is, it creeped over to my side, and Julie, my daughter's freaking out.
Yeah.
And anyway, so finally we pulled over, but I never did find it. So
What?
it was down my side of the seat somewhere.
Have you sprayed the car? Have you done something?
Oh no, we just had a good look, and yeah. No.
Serious?
Well, that doesn't work for one of
is
our
not
callers
good enough.
yesterday proved that, man, because they sprayed enough spray
It'll
thinking
come
to
back.
kill anything.
Because it could have babies. Okay, Martine. Well, that's your job for today. Go and de-spider that car.
Oh, all right.
But don't you think, Martine, there's nothing worse than it coming out of that air vent? I don't know. That's just even more creepy than just
Or
sort
out of the door.
know.
All I could think of yesterday
Yeah.
was the door and these little, because that's what happened yesterday in one of the stores.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I've seen them hidden in my door. When you open the door, you can see it just sort of crouched there down.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
Okay, that's it. Martine, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Well done,
You too.
Martine.
God bless. Bye for now.
Oh, bye for now. Andy,
She
that's
was
it.
cool, calm and collected, Phil.
She was much cool. It's like she can go camping. I'm not going camping. That's it. I'm out.
Well, she wasn't camping, she was driving. But, I mean,
No,
you
but
watched
yeah.
the footage in the Facebook group, which you
She
should
is
join.
so cool.
And she's just driving along. Oh, there's a spider on my windscreen. Her daughter's in the back seat freaking out, filming the whole thing.
Well, even the daughter was laughing, but she obviously felt far enough away. She felt safe in the
She
back
did feel-
seat. She was
well,
like, by
Mum
this
was like
point-
the buffer
The mu-
between her and the spider.
It's like when you're in the ocean and you're like, oh, will I be safe from sharks? And you're like, as long as I'm closer to shore, I'm a faster swimmer.
Yeah, or if you're in the jungle, and there's lions around and you're looking at the other guy and it's like, I don't think he's as fast as me.
I'm okay.
I think I can take him.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, dear. Well, there you go. We'll keep you updated. But coming up next, Annie, the big event today is not spiders or snakes. There's a football final.
Yeah.
This little
AFL
song.
Grand Finals tomorrow, Phil.
And I reckon one of the controversial pieces of any finals era, and there's a few finals happening at the moment, is ticket sales.
Yes.
There's tears, there's laughter. You either feel like a champion or you don't.
That's right.
We're going to bring you the best of that and the worst up next on Rise and Shine.
Brought to you by the generosity of Vision family members across Australia and around the world. The Rise and Shine podcast.
You say it like this, Phil. Francesca Battistelli.
Oh, that's very good.
It's a very nice name.
I feel like it needs a bit more of that in
And
it.
a beautiful voice.
Oh, and what a great song. But, there is another song which is playing in my ears today.
I love this song.
You don't, do you?
I actually do. Well, ever since I was a kid, a lot of my cousins down in the Wagga, Victorian regions, they were AFL people. Well, my uncle played for Carlton back in the day. So whenever we went to visit those rallies, this song was always on. It was just always our favourite song.
Was your uncle like the coolest guy ever then? If he
He was a cool uncle. Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
really
cool.
liked him. Yeah.
Did he get tickets to the game then?
He played in an era before I was born,
Oh,
Phil. He was
pity.
a lot, because my mum was one of 8 kids,
Oh,
so he
okay,
was one of
right.
the older brothers. So his playing career was well and truly over by the time Andy came along. But he was just a great human, played for Carlton, then he went and played for Tasmania.
Wow.
And then he lived out his days as a state forest ranger. He used to look after the state forests in South Australia, actually.
How cool is that?
But the funny thing about him, Phil, as an older guy in his 80s, he could still remember every game, how many hand passes, how many kicks, how many marks. Like, he just remembered all the stats from his games.
I'm not surprised.
Because he just had a brain like a computer. Like these guys
For
do.
those
They're
things.
high achievers. And he just remembered every detail of every game he'd ever played.
Well, I think that they're so invested in it. Like, that's the thing. Probably if you asked him what he had for lunch last week, he might not
no
remember
idea.
that.
No idea.
If you ask him about the game back in... And I always think, when you watch the cricket over summer and the cricket can't play because it's rained out or whatever,
Yeah.
the only thing worse than watching cricket or footy is watching an old game that's already been played like 20
Yeah.
years before and here you go, we'll sub in again. No, people, this is
Yeah.
even more boring than the real thing.
That's right.
But anyway...
I'd rather watch the commentary team play each other in lawn bowls or something.
Actually, yes, that is 100% right. Hey, but the thing that's been controversial this week is that there have been ticket sales for semi-finals and things like that happening and finals.
Well, yeah, we've got the AFL Grand Final tomorrow. We've got Rugby League semi-finals on this weekend. And we know that Brisbane are playing the Panthers on Sunday in Brisbane. And there was a bit of a shortage of tickets. Let's just say supply was short, Phil, and demand was high.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're hearing that there were 78,000 people who wanted tickets to the game. There were only 1,200 tickets available to the general public. Oh, my goodness.
They should have done some sort of contest or something. They should have said, okay, everyone comes to the Broncos Leagues Club. We're going to do like one of those game shows, like Australian Survivor
Come
or
on
something.
down. on.
Yeah, and you got to run a mile and do 50 push-ups and then maybe play that, a sumo game where you put those sumo suits on and bash into each other.
Yes.
It should have been a survival of the fittest.
Well, or at least, use your brain. There could have been brain tickets.
Are you talking chess?
Of 100%.
Yeah.
I'm something
Game
that involves.
of chess, maybe.
Not just
maybe
physical.
a bit of poker. I mean, they should have made it fair.
A bit of poker. Andy McLennan. That's so funny.
But no, they just did this online thing and no one got a ticket. Everyone was mad, Phil. Everyone.
Everyone, except for those 1,200 people who were feeling like champions.
Best day of their life.
But because when I've gotten for tickets, so recently our family, we follow F1 and Bella and Murray are going to the F1 next year. Well, they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have 3 or 4. It's like you're launching the spacecraft.
Yeah.
It's like you're a space station because...
And you're going to land on the moon and somehow get home again.
Yeah, we have got we had 4 computers lined up. We had the different profiles so that they could, because you can't do it with different email addresses.
Yeah.
We've all logged in the day before and then 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
And then you're pressing go. I remember doing it once and having missed a time tell me exactly the second to the hour so I could press go the very quickest. It is ridiculous.
And did you get a ticket with all that effort? Phil?
Well, okay. Well, sort of. So
it sounds like if your family had applied that much effort and energy and thought and research into maybe buying a good share portfolio for your kids,
that is so true.
they'd all be like $1 million richer now.
Yes, that is so true. That we put all of our eggs, all of our
Into
mental
this little
eggs
basket.
into getting F1 tickets. That is so true, Andy.
Which Rich Dad Poor Dad's author would call a doodad, Phil, because it's not going to make any money, is it?
In fact, it's very expensive. You're quite right. We put
Sorry
this
to
much
speak the
planning.
truth, Phil.
No,
but I'm
you're
glad to
right.
say you can handle the truth, Phil. You can handle it.
I can handle it. Lemma family, do better, be better. But you're right. Look, this is a little bit. This is not my family, but this is.
Well, is it? I
but
don't know.
I've got
Let me hear. Let me listen.
Okay, this is a girl who couldn't get Taylor Swift tickets. Okay, so I'll play you. This is similar to the experience at our place.
Same emotion.
I didn't get tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, and I waited in line for 6 hours, and now they're going for resale on StubHub for $8,000, and I don't have that kind of money, but I just really wanted to see Taylor.
And we feel
I'm
her
so
pain,
sorry
don't
to
we, Phil?
laugh, but that is quite
Well,
funny.
I'm laughing. We feel her pain, but we laugh at her misery.
We do. Look, and so the question for you today is, have you ever had this problem? Have you ever come to a situation where you've tried to get tickets to something and you just haven't been able to get them? How hard have you worked for tickets to any event? We want to know.
Yeah.
1-800-316-316.
I think someone's got a tale to tell, Phil.
Oh, surely you do. And if you do, give us a call. It could be F1. Hopefully it's football. Hopefully you got tickets and you're heading to the footy.
You might have waved a couple of hungies at a scalper and said, okay, scalper, hand that ticket over. I know this is a dodge, but I'm desperate. I want in. I want to be in that stadium right now.
But if you're like my family and you kind of missed out, even with so much precision.
So much work.
So much work. We put all of our eggs in that basket. 1-800-316-316. How hard have you worked for tickets as we talk footy finals today?
Wait a minute. Are you telling me Vision's breakfast show is now available around the clock and on demand? Incredible! The Rise and Shine podcast. Rise and Shine.
Are you ready for a challenge? Listen to the mystery sound, correctly name the Bible story, and win a great prize. Sounds easy, but is it? Rise and Shine's Bible Story Sound Off.
That's right, and this is amazing because we're on day 2 now of a brand new sound. If you missed it earlier in the week, Alison from Doughboy, she got it right. It is, the last sound was...
Well, she solved one of the greatest Bible story sound of mysteries I think we've ever had, Phil, because it lingered for about 2 weeks. It was the sound of the fire getting ready for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There you go. That was what we've had people over on Facebook. I do love it because we're a bit of a family here on Rise and Shine. People are saying, I missed it. What was it? Mm-hmm. People are wanting to know. So that's what it was.
And now you know that was the sound. But the good news is there's a new sound, Phil.
Well, we flew the time machine yesterday safely back, nuclear power and all, back into the Bible times. We sucked out a sound.
We did.
And pulled it right to the present.
And even though I was there with you in the time machine, I'm going to have to hear the sound again, Phil, to remember what the sound is.
Okay.
And then to remember what the story is as well.
It is a Friday. See if because Andy did know this. See, Andy, if you can tell. Can you remember? Ready? Can you remember?
No.
Okay, try again.
Oh, I remember now.
Okay,
yes,
there you
I was
go.
there. It's a great story in the Bible. And here's a clue. I'm going to give a clue on day 2.
Get out.
It contains biblical truth, this story.
Wow, that's a terrible.
Really, really powerful truth.
That's a pretty bad clue.
No, so it's not just a story. It's actually a
I
story that
see.
contains a great truth that we can apply today.
Okay, actually you're
bit of a
right.
clue.
No, that is not a lot of a clue, but it's a bit of a day 2 sort of a clue.
Words to live by.
Okay, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, if you think you know, have another listen, Australia. There you go. That's all you get today. Maybe on Monday a bit more.
Not much, Phil.
1-800-316-316. Give us a call right now. You could get it day 2. Still double prizes up for grabs, I'm going to say, if you can get it today.
Let's do it, Phil.
It's that hard. If you think you can get it on day 2, give us a call. Have a go. What do you have to lose?
Yes, have a go. Be a little Aussie battler. Step up, and you never know. You might win 2 prizes instead of 1 today.
That's the sound.
The Rise and Shine podcast.
Our phone lines are lighting up here, Andy, and I've got Richard up first. Richard, what do you reckon?
Yeah, g'day, Phil. I reckon it is Jesus telling Peter that he's going to be sifted.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a great story, Richard.
So you think when Jesus told the boys things, he not only told them in words, but he used sound effects as well?
I don't know that.
Do you think he was multitasking at the same time?
Are you seeing like visual aids in his presentations?
Sifted, wheat and the tears.
Because, if you do a presentation in any setting, not just a church setting, having a visual aid can help.
Oh, illustrating.
Keeps the audience engaged,
So maybe Jesus is doing something. Richard,
You're seeing Jesus with a sifter.
I can tell you. But I loved
Hey,
it.
Peter, see this? You're about to get one of these. Get ready.
He pulled out a sifter for him.
And then throw the sifter at him and say, here, Peter, catch.
Brilliant. Richard, well done.
Sermons and presentations were pretty vivid.
Yeah, well, he did.
They were
He was very brought children, put them on his knee, and there they would be like the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It was a
brilliant.
good answer, though, mate. Very good answer.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Richard. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Okay, Ali, what do you reckon?
The threshing machines.
Ooh.
Okay, which story are you thinking with the threshing machine?
I haven't seen a lot of threshing machines in the Bible, but I'm open. Where
they
are they?
They threshed things a couple of times.
I don't know they had machines, though.
Isn't it where Boaz, isn't his name Boaz?
Boaz?
Or something?
Yeah.
And he let
He was in the threshing floor.
Threshing floor, there might have been a lot of noise there. That would have been a noisy place.
Mm.
Look, that is excellent.
Mm.
Ali,
but it's not right.
don't do my job for me though, Ali.
Ellie, I'm only an amateur historian, but I kind of feel like what Boaz used to thresh was not mechanised. It was probably a little bit more like manpower.
But still, it would have been noisy. That could have been
manual
the noise.
labour. It would probably more sound like Ron Burgundy doing bicep curls in
No,
Anchorman.
we don't like
It was
Anchorman.
just physical activity.
It
wasn't machines.
We don't condone the messages of that movie.
How many
1001, 1002, 1003.
Oh, dear. Ali,
My
thank
arms are
you.
burning. Ali, God bless you. Very good answer, to be honest. Very good answer.
Not good enough.
Oh, we'll keep trying. It's very good.
Yeah, I didn't know there was any more than one thresh machine anyway.
Well, the only
How
other
much
one that I was
there
thinking of was
on that?
Gideon down in the well. He was threshing. We're kind of making it was similar. It depends how you describe it.
Well, Samson was treading at the grain too.
True. So there was a bit of treading and tronking and stuff in the Bible. Yeah.
I want a nursery rhyme book with all these stories in it. I might have a chance to learn them.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's some good kids' Bibles around,
There are.
actually, and they have a number of these in them. Or the Bible itself. It's not too tricky, the Old Testament, where these ones are. Gideon's in the book of Judges, that story. But,
Yeah.
Ali, brilliant job. Well done.
Thank you very much, Al.
Thank you.
See ya. God
Bye.
bless.
Hang in there.
Hang in there. We will.
I feel like a chimpanzee hanging on a tree branch right now. I'm just hanging in there, Phil.
It's like there's these memes that I've seen and they've got like a little creature hanging on and it's like, it's Friday, you're hanging on, just hang on one more day.
We're caffeinated and ready to face the day. This is Rise and Shine on Vision.
It's a weekend
It's
coming.
a weekend. We're very excited. And look, if you're in, some of Australia has school holidays, but for other parts parts of Australia, this is your last day of school.
Yeah, well,
so you could be heading off to last day of school.
In Melbourne, it is a public holiday for kiddies and adults alike.
Because of this. A grand final.
You see the mark being taken now.
Why do you get a... Because it's not today, so why get the public... I know it's for the parade and all that, but it does seem a bit much.
Many things in this world make no sense to me, Phil. Maybe this is one of them. I don't know.
Well, there we go. Well, somewhere that if you're waking up this morning in Oberon, it is your school holidays and you're listening on 87.6 FM, beautiful part of the world inland from Sydney, in the Highlands. So I get a bit of snow in winter, but beautiful summers.
That sounds nice.
Gorgeous part of the world. Let's have a check-in with your weather right now. 9.8 it is, but it feels like 2.3.
Well, hello. That is a big drop, Phil. It is 9.8, but it feels like 2 point something.
I reckon they want the 2.3 to be mentioned because that's when you're feeling it, right? But it's going to head to 18. Actually, that's not that good. That's still cold.
Well, compared to 2, it's a lot warmer than 2.
And it's windy today, but it'll be beautiful. I'm sure. It's a lovely day. All I think of is Winnie the Pooh, because in Winnie the Pooh, he was always worried. Piglet was worried about getting blown away. Piglet. The wind was always a big deal. So there you go. If you've got a little piglet, hold on.
I'm glad you used to think about Piglet. I kind of used to ignore Piglet. But anyway, I don't know. I just did.
It's cute. The poor little Piglet.
Okay, well, I'm in Proverbs chapter 4 still. Phil, what have we been talking about all week on my little Bible verses?
Oh, now, could it be wisdom?
Yeah, and we're still there.
Oh,
listen to this, verse 7 of chapter 4. In the Proverbs, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all you're getting, get understanding.
How good is that?
Well, it's inspiring us. I yet again this morning prayed for wisdom in certain situations of life I'm facing.
Oh, I forgot. So I'm going to do it right now. Father, I just ask you for wisdom for Andy and I and everyone in the sound of my voice.
Amen.
You said in James that we could ask for wisdom and you would always give it liberally. So right now I just declare and I ask for us all for extra wisdom in our world, no matter what we're facing today, that we would have your wisdom in the matter. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Good prayer, Phil. I receive that.
Do you receive that?
Let it rain down.
And I won't forget again because I ask you for wisdom to remind me to ask for wisdom. There you go. Hey, coming up next, we always say wisdom comes from the Bible. That's a great place to start.
It's the best place.
So we're going to jump into John. If you've got your Bibles.
It's the daily podcast of your favourite Aussie breakfast show, Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine.
Toby Mac and Cece Winans. Oh, my soul from Psalm 103.
Such a nice song.
You just don't want to talk after that.
Anything with Cece in it's going to be good.
She's amazing. Can we talk her into coming out?
I think we need to.
Come on.
Let's get her in the studio.
I need her here. It would be a bit of a moment for me, though. So
Cece.
And then, because there's a song where Cece and Darlene check together in the song.
That'd be good.
And that would be pretty. If I was there in the middle of that, I would just be in heaven.
A holy huddle.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Well, speaking of holy huddles, Phil, we are in the book of John, and John was all about the huddle, wasn't he? He was the apostle of
huddling.
love. He was all about love. He called himself the beloved of God. And if you're new to the Bible, it goes Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament. So we've been reading through the book of John. Phil, I think we're towards the end of chapter 3 of John now, and it's all about an amazing character in the Bible called John the Baptist.
So John the Baptist is cool in the Bible. You see him really early on. We actually meet John when his mum is pregnant with him. So it's in the birth of Jesus. We hear about the story of his mum, and she gets pregnant divinely as a result, and this little baby, and Mary goes to see this mum, her relative, and the baby, John the Baptist, jumps in her womb.
Because he senses that Jesus is in the room and he leaps for joy.
So these guys have been birth buddies.
Yeah, but it's amazing because when he leapt for joy as a baby in the womb, the Bible says that his mum and Mary were filled with the Holy Spirit.
Exactly.
So that he caused the move of God in his mother's womb. Like, think about that.
How cool. There's a connection. So these guys have known each other, they've grown up, around each other as family members. But we did see earlier on in the chapter that there was a moment where John was given the divine inspiration from God that this is actually the Messiah. So that he said, I didn't know, but now I do know this is Jesus. He's called him out as being the Messiah. And so we see here in John the Baptist, he has a bunch of disciples, and now a bunch of disciples are going to follow Jesus. So there's kind of these two groups. There's John's baptizing over here. Jesus' disciples are baptizing. The Bible specifically says Jesus didn't baptize, but his disciples did over there. And the disciples are feeling that there should be a bit of rivalry, aren't they? Like, that's just human nature.
Human nature always gets involved, Phil. There's always humanity in every church and every church movement. So, yeah, there's a bit of argy-bargy, sort of like when Abraham's servants and Lot's servants in the Old Testament started arguing as well. It's just human nature, as I said, people.
But it's pretty cool because you see something in John the Baptist which is just beautiful. And I love this. So they come to him and say, hey, this guy that you said is the Messiah, he's baptizing and everyone's following him. And are you upset about it? And John the Baptist, he says, I'm not the Messiah. I'm only here to prepare the way for him. It's the bridegroom who marries the bride, and the bridegroom's friend, assuming it's him there, is simply glad to stand with him and hear his vows. Therefore, I am filled with joy at his success. He must become greater and greater, that I must become less and less. And I see in this something beautiful for us to take away. John is just happy at Jesus' success. He's like, I'm happy that you're successful. This is my piece. I'm doing my piece. He's successful doing what he's called to do. And often we see, and we shouldn't, but in the ministry, you can see the devil really trying to encourage you to be envious of someone else. Compare yourself and say, oh, I wish that I had, or I'm going to try and be better than this person. But John is content to do the piece that he had been given to do. Yeah. And it was a ministry of helps here. He's going to help Jesus with his ministry. How cool would it be if we were all content to be the piece that we had been asked to play in the body of Christ?
Yeah, that's a good point, Fel. He knew his lane, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew his lane.
The interesting thing is, if you're a Bible scholar and you read the whole Bible, there's no one else in the Bible baptizing people. So John was doing something completely new.
Yeah.
And so you could have dismissed it and said, well, Elijah never baptized, Moses never baptized, Joshua never baptized. So who's this guy baptizing? And so John's doing something new, and it actually teaches us, Fel, sometimes God does do new things. Yeah. And the problem, again, with human nature, we can get what I call religious, stuck in the past, stuck in tradition. And when God does something fresh and new, we can dismiss it because we've never seen it before. We've never heard about it before. So this dude's water baptizing people, which was a move of God. And, you know, I've told you before, I was in a revival in PNG, and one of the pastors there, someone came to him and said, someone's died in the village. Can you come and pray for this dead person in the village? Now, these people had a simple faith. They believed God could raise the dead because it says it in the Bible. Amen. So this pastor, he said, well, I'm a bit busy. Here's a cup of water. Run to the village, throw the cup of water on the dead body, and they'll come back to life.
Wow.
And they did. They believed. They ran back. They threw the water on the body. The body came back to life. The person came back to life. And the missionary in charge, I'm still friends with him. You know, he was a real practical guy. He said to the pastor, mate, that's not in the Bible. He goes, what are you doing? Like, this is not biblical stuff. And the pastor said, well, Pastor, I just felt the Holy Spirit lead me to do it, and I did it. And God raised the dead. And it's an example, fella, that God sometimes does things in different ways. He still does the same stuff. John was bringing people to repentance, but he did it in a different way through water baptism. In the Old Testament, Elijah brought people to repentance too. So I guess the takeaway for me today is you've got to be open to what God is doing today, and don't dismiss something because you haven't heard about it or experienced it in the past, because God is a God of new days and new beginnings, Phil.
Andy, so well put. What a great example.
Well, John epitomizes that. He lived something fresh and something new which shook the world.
And stay in your lane. Be in your... The final verse here in John 3, well, one of the final ones, 16, it says, and anyone, I'll just finish off with this, anyone who believes in God's Son Jesus has eternal life. And that's the words of John the Baptist. So it's great just to finish off with those words from chapter 3. Next week, we'll be into chapter 4. But just a reminder, if you've never heard that before, anyone who believes in God's Son, Jesus, has eternal life. It's that easy.
Awesome.
You found the podcast of Vision's breakfast show, Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine.
That is Jeremy Rosado. Come and see Rise and Shine, Fel and Andy.
Or as we like to say, Fel, Jeremy Rosado.
Yeah, there's a few of them, aren't there?
Isn't that cool?
Rosado.
Yeah. I wish I had named that cool.
Yeah, well... See, I've thought about changing mine because mine's Felicia Limmer, which is pretty. That's not a bad name. Felicia Limmer. Don't you think that would be better with a bit of an umlaut?
It's a bit of a tongue twister, Felicia Limmer.
Felicia, you can't do it.
Felicia Limmer.
Felicia. Felicia Limmer.
I much prefer saying Jeremy Rosado. You know, I've just got this Anglo-Saxon name, Andrew McLennan. It's a bit boring, Phil.
Andrew McLennan.
Yeah, I would rather Jeremy Rosado.
Would you? Oh, well, I'll change it for you.
You can put passion into it when you say it like
you're
that.
on radio now. Anything can count. I can change your name tomorrow. That's fine. But look, today it's brought to you by this song. Because tomorrow...
It's a big day. It just makes me want to jump in the air and catch a ball, Phil, when I hear that song.
Does it?
And I've never played the game.
There's so much passion that comes with that song.
Yeah.
Because it's Grand Final Friday, a public holiday in Melbourne to celebrate the game. The game that is AFL football.
But can't you just see me in the pair of tight shorts,
No, I don't want
Warwick
to.
Kappa, jumping into the air and catching that ball? Because that's what I feel like I can do every time I hear that song. And I never once played AFL in my life, Phil. Not once.
Haven't you?
Never.
Really?
Never.
I thought everyone had.
Not me.
Well, I've even played Auskick with the kids. Did you ever take the kids to Auskick where you've got to be, like the parent has to get involved?
I think one of my daughters did Auskick as a clinic one holidays, and she came back with a backpack and a little AFL ball. But look, Phil, I've played soccer, I've played union, I've played league, I've played cricket. I mean, I've played all the major sports, but I've never played AFL.
Wow. There's a challenge, people. If you can get Andy out to a football field, take him out for a game.
Maybe an over 25s game.
So he can try and get a... yeah, that's right.
the big mark.
Is there a maturity person? I just want a photo of him marking a ball and then getting whacked by someone onto the ground.
We could get a little mini trampoline and I could jump off that. And
No, I want the real
really
deal.
Good. Well, you don't show the mini tramp in the photo.
No, I'm sure it doesn't.
It's called photoshopping.
No, yeah, that's right. But look, we have put it out there this morning. As a result of this, I reckon the toughest part of the whole finals thing is getting a ticket. We are hearing that there were 75,000 people who tried to get tickets to this weekend's Broncos game.
Semi-final, yeah.
And there was only 1,200 tickets available.
That's tough numbers, Phil.
And I have felt that pain. This girl has felt the pain as well of not being able to get tickets. This time to Taylor Swift, but have a listen. It's got us chuckling this morning.
I didn't get tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, and I waited in line for like 6 hours, and now they're going for resale on StubHub for like $8,000, and I don't have that kind of money, but I just really wanted to see Taylor.
So it's got us chuckling this morning. Have you ever had any trouble or success getting tickets? And I've got a phone call here, Andy. I've got a guy, Union on the line, and he reckons he's got some tickets that the whole world wants.
Oh.
Maybe he's got some tips for us. Okay, tell us about your ticket-getting endeavours.
I've got an unbelievable story, but you have to believe me because I'm a Christian. And I don't...
Take it away.
Well, the Lord was really fantastic to me on two occasions. At the Collingwood game the other day, I was walking to get my daughter to watch it on television, and just as I was about to cross the road, they saw a couple... man and his wife, they saw my Fitzroy outfit and my Lions outfit, and they said, "You want to buy a ticket?" And I said, "Yeah." How much? He said, $100. But anyway, so I went in with them. I told Audrey to get lost for the day. I'm going to football. And the thing is, I went in with them, and they discovered that I was such a nice chappie that they gave it me for nothing.
They gave it to you for nothing?
Really?
So you got it in for nothing?
Yeah, and then Audrey got me a ticket for the grand final tomorrow, and that was going to cost me nothing too.
You've got a ticket that cost you nothing?
Well, I've got yes, cost me nothing, yeah.
That sounds like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory story, the golden ticket.
You didn't line up? You didn't have to go on Ticketek for hours?
No. Yeah, so the Lord looks after me.
Well, could you pray for my tickets for next time then? No, very good. We're excited. We can't wait to hear how it all goes.
And who are you going for tomorrow?
The Brisbane Lions, of course, Fitzroy.
There you go.
He's a modern day Willy, not a Willy Wonka. He's a modern day Charlie.
Yeah, getting the golden ticket. Oh dear. I do think in my house we have to do a lot more hard work to get tickets to anything. So.
He didn't work hard at all, did he?
No, it's far too easy. But we have put the call out 1-800-316-316. How hard have you worked to get tickets to any event? Coming up next, a very special guest.
Yes, after the national news headlines, Phil, we have a former great of the game, AFL. His name is Sean Hart. Played for the Brisbane Lions. Also played for the Brisbane Lions as well. Also won the Norm Smith medal in one of the grand finals when Brisbane won.
Always encouraging and always fun. Rise and shine on Vision.
Phil, we are now joined by Sean Hart, the former Brisbane Lions player who was part of the Brisbane team that managed to win 3 premierships. They called it a three-peat. And Sean Hart also won the Norm Smith medal in one of those grand finals in 2001. And he joins us now from Melbourne. Sean, welcome to Rise and Shine.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be on.
Oh, Sean, we're so excited. I have to play this song for you. How does it feel when you hear this sort of song at this time of the year, Sean?
It feels a bit September, actually. It's it's a very uplifting song, and one that I've sung for the whole of my life, I suppose. So it's been one of those songs from the day you wanted to play football as a young fella in Auskick to now. So it doesn't get old, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't. And I'm just thinking about other sports. I don't know any other sports with a song that captures the feeling or the vibe of a game as much as that song does about AFL.
so true. It's just an amazing song, and Mike Brady is, he's just a guy that continues to bob up, and even as he gets older himself, his fame seems to grow.
I think, Sean, and I'm not a huge football follower, although I have been to some games. Let's go with some. But Sean, the feeling, a thing that I've always respected and I love is the feeling in the team. Like you can just see the camaraderie amongst the teammates. And grand final day, what's it like to be on a team and leading it in that atmosphere?
Yeah, it's a really good point. I think the two teams that eventually get to grand final day have clearly got a connection and a trust and a work for one another mindset that then gets demonstrated in the way they present on grand final day. And I think it's the reward for the teams that dig in the most to make sure that it's not about individuals, it's not about personal recognitions or anything, but it's actually about playing your role for the team. So the actual exhilaration of being there on grand final day for a player is just amazing. It really can't be described. It's one of those things that few get to experience. I'm thankful that I was able to experience it because our team was a bottom dweller for many years in my first half of my career, and then all of a sudden through clever recruiting and that sort of commitment to one another, we got up there. But it's just a marvellous day. The roar of 100,000 people, the national anthem, the whole experience of running out onto that ground, knowing that there's a significant reward at the end of it, but also understanding that there's a disappointment for a team at the end of it just drives the whole emotion of the week and particularly of the day, and every moment counts, as we say.
Wow.
Yeah, so obviously, Sean, you've experienced that as a player, which, as you said, very few of us experience that level of sport. But now you're in Melbourne watching the game as a spectator. What's the vibe like in Melbourne today? Can you almost feel some sort of energy in the air that everyone's so excited about this game tomorrow?
Oh, no doubt about that, Andrew. You walk around, there's just flags, there's scarves, there's jumpers, there's everything you can imagine that represents that this is all about in Melbourne at the moment. It's all about the grand final. It's all about who's going to win the premiership, and then the restaurants and every eatery is filled with people, and there's just a real buzz in the air, and I just love it. It's a real environment, and of course today is a public holiday in Melbourne as well, so that adds to it. So that just means more people are out for the parade that'll go on a bit later on and line the streets of Melbourne. So that in itself is a significant representation of just how much this game means to not just the Victorian state, but the whole of Australia.
I wonder, Sean, as a Christian, so we sometimes talk of it, or AFL almost being like a religion, right? What do you think we can take away when we're looking at our own faith and the power of community and working together?
Yeah, great. Again, another great question. I think it really does represent such an opportunity for the community to be valued and to be understood as the centre point for life. Relationships as the centre point for life, and it can go in any way, I suppose, this conversation. One, for me, it's just an opportunity always to share the good news of the gospel, within the community of football that you're part of, and that's why I continue to stay involved and continue to sow into the lives of young men in football, because I know that there's a harvest there. But the other side of it's really interesting as well, that it becomes so tribal in these communities that it can become quite us against them, even violent sometimes, and hopefully not too much of that. But there's an extreme part of it whereby the communities come against each other almost because of the dislike of certain supporters and stuff like that, certain clubs. So there's a little extreme there, but I think the key positive is it's just a coming together of people, a love of something. It is in a way a worship of something, but as we know, there's always an opportunity to point to the key one, and the only one truly that needs worshipping.
Well, that's why it's so good when there's people like you involved in the game, Sean, because we still remember that time you got down on your knees and you worshipped God at the end of a game when you guys had won. And look, it is a big deal. It's a big game, not only in Melbourne, but I think about it now, like it's really the only national sport we have in Australia. We've got, a West Coast Eagles team, we've got Adelaide team, we've got a Brisbane team, a Sydney team, a Melbourne team. It really is one of our true national sports. And you are one of the national treasures of the game too, Sean. You were a great player back in the day, and now you're invested investing through coaching and mentoring young players. And, we just respect you so much because you've always been strong as a Christian, Sean. You've never backed down from sharing your faith and really telling the world who you are and who you stand for. So well done to you, our friend and our brother and our fellow believer. And thank you so much for sharing some of your very precious time today on Rise and Shine.
Very much my pleasure, and thank you very much for all your support and encouragement, and go the Lions, of course.
Well, there might be some people who dispute the Go the Lions piece, but...
He's such a good human, isn't he?
I really enjoyed having a chat to him.
Can you imagine if every professional athlete in the world was like Sean Hart?
Yes.
Gee
so
whiz.
inspirational.
The world will be a much better place.
Definitely. Well, look, it's that time of the year when football finals is everywhere. So, Andy, you've been on the hunt for the greatest fan at Vision. Can we say that?
The most passionate AFL fan at Vision. It wasn't hard, Phil.
It wasn't hard. There was only one name that came to mind. You might know him from our afternoons. Greg Newman and Andy sat down to have a chat, all things AFL.
Love the Rise and Shine podcast? Tell a friend today.
Counting down, Phil, to the AFL Grand Final tomorrow. I'm leaping high, Phil. I just took the mark. Back down to ground. Back to earth.
Oh, dear. There's a lot of football excitement across the country.
And in Vision, there's only one who loves this game so much that he goes to the games. Not only goes to the games, Phil, but he goes in the outfit or the uniform of his favourite team. He has signs, he has flags. He is committed. I've been with him. He tried to rope us into a tipping competition this year, didn't he?
Did he roped you in, though? You
Successfully,
said yes.
Yep.
And how are you going with that?
I think of the whole season, 2 weeks out of the whole season, I actually chose my tips, and the other weeks I just forgot all about it. So Greg stepped in and tipped for me.
So to give you an idea, he asked me as well. I was in the car with Murray. Murray was like, Fel, you're not doing this because there's no way you can fit this in. You don't know a thing about it. But he said, this is how many weeks you'll be committing to. And it was like 24 weeks or something. So you've done 2 of like 24.
24, which is about an 8% pass mark.
Which is terrible. It's not a pass mark. It's a definite fail.
But here's the good news. One of those weeks...
did you win on those 2 weeks?
I actually managed to win. That was when Greg picked the winners for me.
Well,
and
that doesn't count.
I won the tipping competition 1 week out of 24.
But it was Greg.
It was Greg, wasn't me.
And your name.
I always forget.
Well, that doesn't
And
count.
look, this is how hopeless it was, Phil. After about week 2, I couldn't remember the login details to log into the silly thing and tip. That was my excuse.
I'm so not surprised by that.
And Greggy got sick of me asking him for my login details, and then I started feeling bad about it. So, yeah, let's just say it was a bad season for me, Phil.
Where do you sit in the tips right now? Do you know?
I got no idea.
You have no idea?
I can't even log in to look at that.
Oh, bless.
I think next year, Phil, you and I should do it together. The Rise and Shine team.
I don't know. I'll just
Capital T.
I'll run it past Murray.
EAM.
Muzz can decide.
It's the Rise and Shine team.
He's the only one who knows about this stuff. But hey, look, yesterday, because Greg's here in the afternoon, you got to sit down with him, have a bit of a man-to-man chat, all things AFL final.
Yep.
Here we go.
Well, Greg Newman, it's grand final weekend, and of all the Vision staff, you are the most enthusiastic AFL supporter I know. You must be excited about tomorrow.
Well, would you believe this? Not so much. No. In fact, people think, oh, you love the AFL, the grand final must be the biggest date on the calendar for football fans, but not really. You see, here's the thing, Andy. I'll explain it this way. I want to get married. Think of it this way. It's like a marriage. And every year somebody else is getting married, oh, come along to the wedding. Yep. Oh, aren't you excited? This is my wife to be. And do you want to watch back the wedding video? And thinking, no, I want a wife. I want a premiership.
And you're catching the garter every year. You're doing everything you can. You're putting yourself out there. You're keeping fit and healthy. Yeah. But you just can't get
so I want my team to win. Yeah. So I'm happy. Yeah, okay, Geelong win, Brisbane win, whoever wins. I don't necessarily watch the whole game at all because I can't get too excited because it's not my team. I'm jealous because that's what it's like. It's like every year somebody else gets married and I'm still waiting to...
I get it. I've witnessed your passion and your team is St Kilda. I've been to a St Kilda game with you.
59 years we've been waiting. 59 years. I mentioned about it the other day in my program, how I was just a little kid and we got up and beat Collingwood by just 1 point. My mum, who just died a few weeks back, she was there at the grand final. I could have gone. as a kid, but I don't know if I wanted to go with Auntie Bet. Maybe just, being there with a lady. I wanted to go with one of my mates, or maybe I was frightened because the year before that, St Kilda lost in the grand final.
Yep.
So that was 66. They won by just 1 point. Then a few years later, 1971, went along as a kid, and they lost. They were leading at three-quarter time. They lost. The next day, it's Monday at school, I didn't speak for a whole day. It's in my diary. I said, I had a little note saying, I'm not speaking. I'm in mourning.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Do you now regret not going in 66?
No, not really, because I was very young, so that's okay. And as my mum said, you couldn't enjoy it. In fact, I started to watch it just again the other night. You couldn't enjoy it because it was so close all day. And even as a kid listening to it, 1 point, and let's be honest, the way I see it with football wins, if any team wins by a point, it's lucky. Yeah. 3-4 points, it's just the bounce of the ball goes in a different direction. So, we were lucky. If Collingwood won, they were lucky. But, okay, so let's focus on this week. The big game tomorrow.
Well, hang on. I want to just highlight one other thing. 1966, England also won the Football World Cup, and they've never been able to win that thing since, despite trying and investing who knows how many hundreds of millions of dollars. They cannot get that World Cup back on their hot little hands, can they?
Yeah, that's right. So there was 97. I went to that. They lost. 2009 went to that. They just lost.
Yeah.
And then 2010, it was a draw. Anyway, so that's the life of a St Kilda fan. Geelong and Brisbane, though, Geelong has been on an amazing run. They seem to be in the finals every year.
Yep.
And Brisbane, this is 3 years in a row. They won the 3. When they won their first one, I've got to say, I was really excited. That was probably the only time I was excited for another team to win. Was their first one. And then when Sean Hart got up, and I didn't even know he was a Christian, he wins the Norm Smith medal, best player on the ground, and then gives an acknowledgement to the Lord. And I thought that was just fantastic. So I was really excited about that. So I guess, based in Queensland, I'll be cheering on Brisbane tomorrow, but I probably won't watch all the celebrations and things like that because it'll just remind me of the fact that I want my team to be there. So there you go.
You're the old spinster that wants to get married.
The football spinster.
No one's coming up to you and say, hey, Greg.
And,
you and me, let's go.
Yeah, and if we can win one next year, then I'll be happy. I remember a guy saying that. He was a Sydney Swans fan, and he said, I was so bitter, like me probably. And this once we won one, it's sort of like, that's great. I'm happy. Now I can watch every year and I can be happy for other people.
Yeah. But it is big, isn't it, in Melbourne? I mean, today's a public holiday in Melbourne because of the grand final.
Yeah.
And I do love I'm not an AFL supporter, but I love the passion of the AFL crowds. I love the fact that most people in Melbourne have a team. Yeah. There's just something really good about it.
Yeah. And hey, AFL, just concentrate on the game. Stop getting in. Every year they try and get in some artist from overseas. Who cares?
Yeah.
Most of the fans are there for the football. Yeah. We don't want to hear Meatloaf at halftime or Katy Perry, anything. Yeah. Just get some Aussie-grown talent.
Yeah.
Just someone to sing a few songs. No need to spend all this money.
Bring Knowlesy back.
Yeah.
And what about me? I mean, that could be a good St Kilda song, couldn't it?
That's good. And Snoop Dogg. Oh, come on. But, not really happy with the way the AFL sort of runs stuff and things like that. But, the footy fans, they're passionate. They'll be cheering on tomorrow.
Well, Greg, thank you for this insight into the AFL Grand Final and also a little bit of a deep dive into St Kilda's history. I didn't know St Kilda hadn't won a flag for so long. I now know.
No, they come close. So there you go. So thank you, Andy, for being a part of your show. And I'll share some AFL interesting trivia, little snippets in my program coming up this afternoon.
I'm sure we're looking forward to that, Greg. That's Greg Newman with us now with his AFL updates here on Rise and Shine.
There you go. The man-to-man chat. Very informative.
He's a very passionate St Kilda fan, Phil. Let's say that. But I've been to the game with him. I actually held up the flag because we were watching St Kilda play Brisbane at the Brisbane home ground. And what I loved is the fact that we were the minority. So I was just enjoying annoying all the Lions supporters waving that St Kilda flag whenever they scored a goal.
Wow. Look, here's a piece of fact that I know. Mm-hmm. So the bottom of the table is West Coast Eagles, my husband's team.
Oh, okay.
The only game they've won was against St Kilda.
There you
go.
So St Kilda haven't had a good season either.
They haven't done great. But there you go.
Well, you know more than me.
That's a little bit I know. I know that because my brother's team is St Kilda. So Murray and my brother have a bit of a rivalry going.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
West Coast needs to lift up their game.
Right. We don't watch football in our house until West Coast start winning, which obviously is not this year.
Sounds like it could be a while.
Could be. Hey, we have put it out there, though. Have you had trouble getting tickets to anything, including these games?
Just the right mix of things to inspire and things to make you smile. Rise and shine on Vision.
There must be some excitement in the air is Melbourne, where we're on air on DAB digital radio across the city. Grand final.
And it's a public holiday, which means everyone right now can be listening to Vision on their digital radio. How good is that, Phil?
Having your brekkie. So I wanted to do the weather, not just for today, but for grand final. I think that's important. So the weather right now, 13 degrees, feels like about 9 or 10. Going to head to 22, but there is showers today. So 70% chance of rain today. So the ground might be a bit soggy. But tomorrow.
Could be sunny tomorrow, though.
It is going to be sunny, apparently. There's only a 30% chance of rain, which in Melbourne, you just don't know, do you, really? But it's going to be 10 to 19, which seems like very good football weather.
Not too hot, not too cold.
No. You need those scarves, though.
I don't know why I always imagine the AFL Grand Final on a sunny day. I don't know. It always seems to be good weather on the Grand Final day. Maybe it's not, but that's how I imagine it.
Probably a lot of people praying. Don't you think?
I don't know.
I would be if I was going to be. If I'm going to watch it, I want it to be in the sun.
If you had a ticket, yeah, you definitely want to be in the sun.
If I could get a ticket to the game. There you go. Do you have a verse for us maybe that is, I don't know, football related? I don't know if you can have a verse.
Well, we've been talking about wisdom all week, Fel, and I'm still in the book of Proverbs chapter 4. Talking about wisdom again, it says, exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honour when you embrace her.
How good. I do love that wisdom's a her. I don't know why. Sorry, that just it excites me to hear it.
Well, I just love the fact that the Bible's encouraging us so. I mean, I'm getting a hunger for wisdom reading all these verses out.
And that's what the Bible does. If you're ever like, I'd love to get strong in God's will for a certain area of life, if you do what Andy's doing and you just try, you can do it. You can do a search, like you can search through your Bible, as in do a search through Bible Hub or a different app, or just nowadays ChatGPT, and ask it to find you all the verses that have a certain promise, like finance or healing or this is wisdom.
Yeah.
And then just read those verses, repeat them to yourself. That's how you get it into your spirit.
Live in the word, Jesus said. If you live in my word, you will be my disciples indeed, and you will know the truth.
And the truth will set you free.
There you go.
Amen.
I've heard of all-day breakfast on the menu, but here's a brekkie show available 24/7. Thanks for streaming the Rise and Shine Daily podcast.
There was a bit of controversy in Brisbane this week. There's a semi-final being held on Sunday at Suncorp Stadium. It's a smaller stadium, and we know that there were 70-odd thousand people trying to get tickets. 1,200 tickets available to the general public.
The maths weren't good, Phil.
A lot of people missed out and they were quite grumpy.
A lot of disappointed fans, that's for sure. And it can be disappointing, Phil, when you want to go to a big event, you know, where it could be a concert for a singer, it could be a sporting event. If you're really psyched and you really want to get there, it can be really heartbreaking when you don't get a ticket.
Well, when we found someone who didn't get tickets to a Taylor Swift concert, and this is feel her heart. It's funny, but feel the heart.
Taylor Swift concert, and I waited in line for like 6 hours, and now they're going for resale on StubHub for like $8,000, and I don't have that kind of money, but I just really wanted to see Taylor.
You can just feel the heart of it. And we've had the same in our house when we haven't got tickets to things. But Andy, you've got an unusual idea of how to get a ticket?
Well, just disclaimer firstly, Phil, I wasn't brought up a Christian, obviously. So, growing up, a lot of my friends
a lot of these
Christian.
Stories are not in that context.
So we're not endorsing the behaviours. But anyway, so when we were younger, Phil, there was a band called Wham. George Michael. So everyone thought if you liked Wham when I was a teenager, that you didn't like girls, you liked boys, okay? So we used to deliberately like Wham and dance really hard to Wham songs to annoy guys, but also to make girls interested because girls loved Wham because their music was really girly,
Okay.
And so anyway, so Wham came to Australia once. And so the boys decided, you know what, we've got to get some tickets. We're going to see Wham. We've got to get some good tickets. So they got there. My friends got there about 2 hours before the box office thing was going to open where you can buy the tickets. Because they thought 2 hours early, that's really early.
Sure.
They were amateurs, Phil. They got there. There was hundreds of people queued up, people with coffee urns, some
chairs,
sleeping bags, people who've been overnighting. And my friends are like, what losers? Like, as if you're going to come here like 12 hours before for tickets. So they came up with a plan. They thought, well, what we're going to do, we're going to form a scrum like in rugby league. And we're going to charge to the front of the line and just stand at the front of the line.
You can't do that.
Well, that was their plan, but then most of these guys were lovers, not fighters. So they thought, well, we did have a couple of friends who were pretty good at fighting. One of them ended up becoming a pro kickboxer. So they thought, we'll ring him and he can come and be our security. Like, so if someone tries to, beat us up,
which they're going
this guy's going to step in. And so this guy, he was not a security guard, never worked as a security guard. They rang him up and they told him the deal. He's like, okay, I'll be down in 20 minutes. So they're waiting for him to arrive. They're getting psyched up to form the scrum. So our friend turns up in a security guard's outfit with an ID tag with a photo on it. The whole thing. He looked security. He'd never been a security guard his whole life. He was working as a plumber, I think. Anyway, so he marches to the front of the line where everyone's queued up. He's like, what are you people doing here? And they're like, oh, we're queuing up for the WAM tickets. He's like, no, you can't queue up here. This is not the spot. This is really bad. I'm going to have to move you. I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to move you. And people are arguing with him.
Yeah.
Even the staff of the box office thing came out and they were arguing with him. He won the argument. He's like, no, my boss is going to lose it. I've got to move this line. He goes, everyone follow me. And he marched back to where the boys were.
Wow.
And he literally got a couple of people to follow him.
No way.
And lined them all up behind the boys. And just as he did that, the actual security guards turned up and he just turned around and walked off. And the security guard's like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, the other guy just told us all to queue up here. And the other security guy's like, oh, okay, we'll just line up here then. And my friend's got front row tickets to Wham as a result.
No way.
He did.
That is brilliant. Did they get a ticket for the guy with the outfit?
I don't know, but it's just one of those funny
is
stories.
shocking.
It's just one of those things that, you probably couldn't do it in the modern world because everyone's got a video camera on their phone now. They'd be videoing it and they'd be IDing you and you'd be exposed as a non-legitimate security guard. But
wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty funny story.
That was back in the day when you actually lined up for a ticket.
Yeah, before technology kicked in.
Before technology. And now we all just sit in our own homes and like this poor lass, we cry when we can't get an electronic
We
ticket.
weep, Fel, we weep.
We weep. Why have my 5 computers that I've lined up to try and get a ticket? Why are none of them getting a ticket for me? I'm like 50,000 in the queue.
I know.
It's crazy.
And I can't be bothered. I don't know. I've just never really been a big concert person, Phil, so yeah.
Well, there you go. The football.
I'm happy just watching it on YouTube.
Are you?
Yeah, turning it up a little bit, turn the volume up.
In our family, we're trying to get tickets to F1. Like that's the only event all year that we would be doing this for. But you end up in this queue. Each computer, 44,000 here. You're on 5,000, 10,000. Who's to know?
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
It's a first world problem, we call that.
Do you know what I would like to go to, though? The US Masters Golf.
Oh.
Final day.
Really?
I would love to go there.
I've never thought of it.
If you're a golf person and you watch the US Masters, it's like this perfect course. Everything's pristine and green. It's the one event that everyone wants to win. Greg Norman never won it. He wanted to win it so bad, and I would love to watch that live. So that's my little dream there. I want to go to the US Masters Golf.
Oh, we'll see if we can make that happen for you.
Please do, Phil.
You're sorry.
Please do.
I'm just imagining. I couldn't go because you have to be quiet, probably.
You do.
And
They hold up a little thing
I think
silent.
I'd struggle. Hey, coming up next, we've got Evelyn Ray, Sky News contributor. Big news this week, UN.
Yeah.
All the world leaders are there.
The leader of the free world, he laid it down. I think he was given 10 minutes. He took 45.
Why are we not surprised? But we're going to chat to Evelyn Ray next.
Subscribe and listen to the Rise and Shine podcast in the free Vision app. It's easy and available everywhere.
Well, Phil, we are joined now by Evelyn Ray. She's a Sky News contributor, also hosts the Cauldron Pool podcast, spent 10 years as a detective in the police force of one of the states of Australia. Evelyn, welcome to Rise and Shine.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Evelyn, one of the things that we've been keeping an eye on throughout the week has been all of the world leaders converging in New York for the UN, and in particular of interest was Donald Trump's speech recently. Can I play you a little piece from his speech?
Is climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. The carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions, and they're heading down a path of total destruction.
It's quite in contrast to the Australian leaders when they got up, when our Prime Minister Albanese got up to speak. How do you see the difference in the approaches between the different leaders across the world?
Well, it's very interesting. I think often you look across the world and there are lots of different nations that are doing things, and then you look at our own nation and you think they're about 10 years behind. I mean, we've seen this in the UK recently with the big medical uphaul with, gender affirming care sort of situations. And then you look back in Australia and we're sort of, like I said, a good decade or so behind the up and coming research. What we see with Trump is he doesn't really care what people think. He's not trying to please, certain groups of people more than others. He just sort of says what he thinks, what he believes. And I think a lot of people across the world look at that and go, gosh, I'd love a leader who would just say what he's thinking and what we are all thinking. Now, the climate debacle is an interesting one because depending on which scientist you ask is the answer that you get. I obviously would lean personally more towards Trump in his position that, the climate thing seems to be an avenue of exploitation. It seems to be an avenue that people sort of stoke up a lot of fear in order to sell certain things. I think the people that benefit most from the fear-mongering with climate change are the ones who we're lining their pockets with, obviously, the people who have invested in renewable energies. I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I think as Christians, we should be great stewards of the land. It's been put into us in creation, when God created Adam and Eve, we were to take care of the garden. We were to look after it. And I think we should, as Christians, really look after the world that God has given us. But also, we are also in the Bible commanded to not fear, to not worry about tomorrow. And we are also, called to cast all of our anxieties onto Christ. And I think that, unfortunately, these two things often get forgotten. Either you have people who don't care about the environment and think climate is a complete hoax and throw it out into the bin, and then you have other people who are so scared that they'll hide under the bed. And I think as Christians, it's important, particularly when looking at this, to keep an open mind and also, like I always say, go back to the Bible. So for me personally, I love seeing what Trump's doing because I think that it's terrible that we're all living in fear. I also think that it's something that's hurting a lot of people. It's really simple. I've said this so often. If, of course, particularly as Christians, if there is an effective and there is a good, reliable source of energy that doesn't cost the environment, of course we would take that and we'd be lining up down the street. And
we jump on it. We jump on it, Ellen. But here's the thing. You're a journalist. The leader of the free world, the largest economy in the world, the biggest military in the world, literally just told the world he believes that the climate change thing is a hoax. Do you feel like the Australian media really gave that the credit they should have, or even opened up a discussion about it? Because I just felt, I watched the media afterwards in Australia, they just pretended like he didn't say it. Yeah,
they often do this. And this is why for a long time there's been a really big push for the ABC and other tax-funded media outlets in Australia to basically be dissolved because there's no need for them. Because, one, we're paying them to do a job that they're not impartial to. Their job is to be objective. Their job is to be impartial, to not put their own flavour or emotions or their own ideology into the news. And we've seen this through COVID. We've seen this through all the recent wars going on in the world. We're not getting what we're paying for, essentially. So I fully believe that unless these tax-funded news outlets start just reporting the news, that they should be dissolved. I'm all for that. And so it's no surprise. It's totally on brand for them to not report this how it should be. But it is important they should be reporting it because a lot of people in Australia don't hear the other side often to arguments because we are so censored, because our government's decided that either we're too dumb or we're too stupid to handle the information. They decide to kind of spoon feed it to us like babies, how they see fit. Yeah. But all people want is the opportunity to hear what's going on in the world and then make their own critical decisions about these things. And we're not stupid people. We're not dumb people. And I think that it's about time our government stop treating us like children and just give us the news and then let us use our own discernment.
Come on, Evelyn. Come on. Preach it. Preach it.
It is. That's what we say to our kids, don't we? We say, hey, let's listen to both sides of the argument and then what does the Bible say? And then let's work it out.
Look at the facts.
If you're not given the choice to hear both sides, then how do you manage to be able to do that within a democracy?
That should be the premise of democracy,
100%.
shouldn't it? Intelligent discussion, intelligent decision, that each individual has a right to a say and a voice and an opportunity to, contribute towards major decisions.
We think back to the ancient Greeks. That was the premise, wasn't it? We sat around, we all have an intelligent discussion.
Yep.
All sides are heard, and then we come to a decision.
And we're all invested.
Evelyn Ray, Sky News contributor, you're bringing the gold today. Thank you so much for coming and helping us as we dissect what's happening at the UN. We really appreciate you joining us on Rise and Shine.
Thank you so much again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Love chatting to Evelyn Ray.
Love her passion.
So good.
Brought to you by the generosity of Vision family members across Australia and around the world. The Rise and Shine podcast.
Beat the toaster.
Get your toasters out. We were having a chuckle at our place last night, Andy, because I've got a visual of our toaster, which is new now, just being whacked. By a branch or something like
branch?
that. Because in Faulty Towers, Basil Faulty pulls out and he whacks his car.
Beats up his car, remember that?
He gets frustrated at it with a branch. So that's all that's in my head. Every time we say beat the toaster, I've got this visual of a branch being used to whack a toaster.
So hang on, so you're endorsing Faulty Towers as entertainment, but
It's
not
funny.
Anchorman.
Not Anchorman.
Oh, fair. I think you're being a bit judgy there.
Oh, I'm fully judgy. It's a
I'm not
terrible,
aware
terrible
of
show.
Basil Faulty being a Christian man.
No, but it is very funny.
Hold it. Anyway, we're here for the toaster, not for Basil Faulty, and we have got a contestant to play. Kaz, are you with us?
I am.
Awesome, Kaz. And look, you know this game, but if you're listening at home, 60 seconds while we cook a piece of toast. We're not bashing anything. There's no beating except for winning the game. 60 seconds, 10 questions, 1 letter. If you can answer them all successfully, you win a great prize. Easy.
Another toaster.
And, we
Sounds
don't really
easy.
have toasters up for grabs.
It sounds easy, doesn't it, Kaz? Kaz, have you had breakfast today?
No, you've just got me out of bed.
Okay, well, what are you going to have for breakfast?
What? Probably rice bubbles, toast.
Okay.
Have you made the rice
And
bubbles into
tea.
crackles before?
Yeah, and I like them.
Oh, you didn't like them. You make them into snacks. You can make the rice bubbles into cool little snacks.
Yeah, little chocolate crackles. But so what do you put on your rice bubbles? I haven't heard about rice bubbles for years. Just milk, or do you add some extra goodies as well?
No, just milk and sugar.
Do you wait to hear the snap, crackle and pop? Does it give you the same excitement it did as a kid?
Oh, yeah, I sing along with it.
It's pretty exciting. Strangely exciting, endearing, that cereal. There you go.
Well, okay, Kaz, get ready because you're going to have the letter E. You know the drill.
Hard.
It may be hard, it may be easy. You've got 10 questions to answer in 60 seconds. I'm no Albert Einstein, but I think that's 6 seconds per answer. I think you're up for it, Kaz. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well,
Bring it on.
your time starts now. A Bible character.
Enoch.
A body part.
Elbow.
A country.
Ethiopia.
A 5-letter word.
Easel.
A mathematical term.
Pass.
A movie title.
Every dog goes to heaven.
A town or a city.
Pass.
A type of food.
Egg.
A famous female.
The lady out the roof mix.
A car park. What's her name? Think about a supermodel. Supermodel with an E.
E.
Really?
Pass.
Elle McPherson.
Oh, L.
Okay. Now, you did well, Kaz. Number 5
That's
was a mathematical term. Equation.
That's hard.
Evaluate. Equals.
Oh, equal.
And number 7, a town or city. Edinburgh. That was the easy one, I think.
Oh,
Edinburgh.
that was hard.
They were hard. I'm going to put it out there. That is hard.
Well, you were up for the challenge, and a car part was the last one. We didn't get to ask you. That would have been easy for you. A car part starting with E. What do you reckon, Kaz?
A car part.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I've got one.
Engine.
Yes! There you go.
Just to finish off.
You finished strong, Kaz. You finished strong.
The whole studio's excited.
Was that 2 minutes?
Oh, maybe a minute 30.
Oh, yeah, no. It was a big piece of toast.
No prize
Well
today, but a
done.
big A for effort, Kaz. And you go and enjoy your rice bubbles and your toast.
Snap, crackle and pop.
Well, I reckon you two need to beat the toaster with me.
Ooh.
We're up for it. We're up for it.
Do you mean
Yeah,
together?
play against each other.
Against each other?
Oh, okay.
The problem I have, Kaz, is I'm particularly competitive. It might be bad for the team part of...
What if you lose?
No, I'll win.
How do you know you'll win?
I
You can't cheat in this game. Phil's been known to cheat in putt-putt golf, apparently.
I
Now,
have
actually,
been,
we could
yes,
go and do a mini putt-putt challenge as well. I think I could take the title there as well.
Do you reckon?
As long as there was a referee there who could stop you from cheating, yeah.
No, well, if you can get away with cheating, it's not cheating anymore.
I reckon the prize would be one of you has to take each other out to putt-putt.
Oh.
Okay.
So the prize is we have to go and do another competition, which might not be even bit worse for the team. But we could come up with something.
We could have a whole day of challenges.
A day of challenges.
Start with the game, go to putt-putt, I don't know.
Is there a coffee in there? The challenge is you have to drink a coffee now.
No, there's toasters in it as well. So each hole has a toaster on it.
Wow, this is getting more and more about
Well, you have a little think about it. I like it's in, I call that in seed form right now, Kaz, but when you've developed the idea and the concept, come back to us, okay? We're open. We're open to challenge.
We're open to challenges. There you go. Well, if you're listening at home, your challenge is to text us. If you would like to play Beat the Toaster, the number to call, we're going to sing it for you. 0447 488 316.
That's the number.
That's your text.
For the Rise and Shine Breakfast Team.
Coming up next, we've got Melissa Gooden.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me Vision's breakfast show is now available around the clock and on demand? Incredible! The Rise and Shine podcast.
Phil, we're going to speak with Melissa Gooden now from Retire Me Young. She makes a whole lot of sense when you're talking dollars and cents. Melissa, welcome again to Rise and Shine.
Thank you, Andy. Lovely to be here.
I do always love having a chat, Melissa, because I feel like I'm learning every time. It's like a little class for me. But today you've brought the topic of insurance, which is not one of those really cool topics to talk about, but I'm guessing it's pretty important. Tell us what you're thinking about insurance and finance for us.
Yeah, well, it's not very cool, but Proverbs 13:22 does talk about stewarding wisely and making sure that we're providing security for future generations. So it is one of those things that we really do need to make sure we've set it all up. My view is you really should just set it up once, get it done correctly, and then maybe check it from time to time. But really, it should just be one of those things you just get off your to-do list. So let me give you the example of a builder client of mine. So he's been a client for about 8 years and basically has a wife and kids, home loan, investment property loan, and unfortunately suffered a hand injury, which meant that he couldn't build anymore, do his actual job. So when he first came to us, he, like most people, just has his default insurance in his super fund. Now, the issue with that is most people don't have anywhere near enough. Like he had a couple of $100,000. That wasn't going to get him anywhere. The other issue is there's a technicality inside your super fund, which means it's the TPD, which is the lump sum that you get if you're permanently disabled, is called any occupation. And what it basically means is to kind of qualify for it. Sometimes it's a really strict definition and you have to basically say that you can't do any job in order to qualify. Whereas in his instance, being a builder with a hand injury, that meant that he could have done a different job that was in the building industry that he was qualified for and may perhaps lower pay, something like that. So when we met him, we did a full review, looked at everything and got him what's called own occupation. So own occupation simply is basically if you can't do your job, then they're more likely to pay you the lump sum. And so in his instance, it was great news. We got him his full total permanent disability cover. He paid off his home loan, his investment properties, and now he's effectively retired in his early 50s. His wife and children don't have to worry about money anymore. And simply because he got his insurance sorted out. So daggy, but really important.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask Melissa, I'm guessing he had to pay slightly higher premiums for that particular insurance policy?
Yeah, but the cool thing is that you actually get tax deductions inside your super fund. So what we do and what most advisors should do is basically you get the majority of your super, so the majority of your insurance inside your super. So you get a 15% tax deduction inside super. You can also make contributions every year, which means you can claim a tax deduction for those contributions. So it's a really cheap way of owning your insurance. And then to have this special definition, you just pay a small amount outside of your super for that little top-up definition. So it's actually a really affordable way. And most people would absolutely be able to afford it inside their super funds.
Wow.
Well, I bet he's happy that he listened to that advice and paid that little bit extra because, like I said, he's now retired. What a great story, Melissa. And I guess a great example of listening to the right people when it comes to financial advice.
And I'm happy for him because they're lovely people, lovely clients. So it's always a good news story when you can actually help people and their families in a real tangible way.
Can you, Melissa, just for those people who are listening there out in their cars, remind us what sort of insurance was it specifically?
So it's basically you need to do a review of all your insurance. So it's life insurance, total permanent disability cover, and your income protection especially as well. There's something called trauma cover that you can have in your personal name, which is also a great idea. But really it's looking at all of those covers, but especially your total permanent disability cover and your income protection. Because if you're working, you've got mortgages, you've got responsibilities, it's those things that are really going to make a massive impact to your life if you need to claim. And like I said, you can structure it correctly. So it's really pretty affordable. I would say don't go with a default cover thinking that you're covered. Make sure you get some advice and do the right thing, be responsible and look after yourself and your family to come.
Yeah, look, read that proverb out again, please, Melissa. It's very relevant, actually. What did it say again?
Yeah. So it's Proverbs 13:22, talking about stewarding wisely and providing security for future generations. So just being wise in our financial decisions in our everyday life is obviously important, but I think we don't stop sometimes to think unless something bad happens. So just a reminder out there that, yes, God is good, but always make sure that we're covered for our downsides.
Amazing. Melissa, thank you so much. I always learn so much, Andy, when Melissa comes on a Friday.
You and me both. I need to check my life insurance policy, I think. I'm serious. That is a great story, Melissa. If you've done nothing else in your professional life but that one story there, I'm sure it's almost worth it. I mean, you've changed a family's life. From something that could have been a very negative thing, it's actually become something at least that's manageable now. Incredible. Well, this is Melissa Gooden from Retire Me Young. If you Google her, Retire Me Young, Melissa Gooden, she will make a whole lot of sense when it comes to your dollars and cents as well. Melissa, thank you so much again for joining us on Rise and Shine.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Fel. Enjoy your day.
Oh, thank you, Melissa.
I've heard of all-day breakfast on the menu, but here's a brekkie show available 24/7. Thanks for streaming the Rise and Shine Daily Podcast.
Lots of places in Australia, their school holidays have started. Some, it'll be starting next week. So either way, today's exciting. Last day of school for some.
Oh, so exciting.
I love the last day of school. My kids now like, do we have to go? And I'm like, yes, because it's so exciting. You need that anticipation.
It was definitely my favourite day at school.
The last day. Well, the first day of the school holidays. But if you are in Alice Springs today, it is school holidays.
Okay.
And I reckon, I'm trying to think of places in the Northern Territory which would be buzzing during school. I reckon Alice Springs is one of those. Lots of people there on holidays. Also, your locals out and about. So what's your weather doing as you listen along to Vision? 15.5 degrees it is at the moment, heading to 31 degrees during the day. A bit of a chance of some showers about the top end coasts, I'm told. But it's lovely because for a little bit there this year, we didn't have a signal in Alice Springs due to some things outside of control. But the techs have got it up and running. So hopefully you're hearing us loud and clear on 88 FM.
And I believe there's a lot of AFL fans in Alice Springs as well, and Darwin. It is. They do play AFL quite a bit in the territory. So I'm sure a lot of them will be watching the game tomorrow afternoon.
Very good.
Well, I'm still talking about wisdom, Fel. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 9 says this, that wisdom will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver you.
Isn't that good?
Or deliver to you.
Well, either way.
How good's that, though? An ornament of grace on your head and a crown of glory. Wow.
Wisdom and grace go together, don't they?
They do.
Like grace, that is God's ability and working in that area that God's gifted you to do. Isn't that good?
Well, I think also, I also read into that, wisdom makes you a more gracious person.
I would have thought so.
Which means you're more accepting of others, you've got more time to listen to others, you're not trying to tell other people you know more than them, but you've got grace.
Yeah.
Because Jesus had grace. He listened to people as well as spoke to them. He also
100%.
listened.
And he was. I think if we had a conversation with Jesus, he wasn't coming down, and you see that in the Bible, but not to condemn you,
Yeah.
but actually, hey, let's have a chat.
Let's connect.
There you go. Hey, coming up next, we're going to do that because we've had a text come through, Andy, and by a concerned Rise and Shiner. We don't get a lot of concerned texts.
Do they feel there's a bit of bias,
They feel that there could be a slight lean towards the Lions today,
Mhm.
who are one of the participants in the final. We need to tell the other side of the story.
Yes.
So we've got this person, Catherine.
Mhm.
We love her. She's a great member of our Rise and Shine community, on the phone to correct said bias.
Okay.
We'll have her next.
We're caffeinated and ready to face the day.
This is Rise and Shine on Vision.
I don't even know if it's illegal, but I was just imagining myself climbing on the back of someone with my boots and jumping off their back and taking a big mark.
That's what it is.
Is
It's
that
a
legal?
specky or something. Murray's shown me. I'm
I don't
pretty
know.
sure you can do that.
Looks pretty painful for a fella who's copping the boots to the
You
back,
don't
though.
want to be the guy underneath. You want to be the guy, the glory guy taking the mark. Although you're up very high, so then the fall is going to be an issue.
And given that I can't dunk in basketball,
Oh, you got
I
no
think it's highly delusional to think that I can actually take a high mark just because it's a different game.
Oh, you might.
Thank you for your faith. Thank you for your belief.
You might not.
I'm just keeping it real here.
We've got a text that's come in, and it's suggesting that today, because we had Sean Hart, he's a Lions, ex-Lions.
Former Lions player.
We had him on the show. Greg, we spoke to Greg for afternoons.
He was pretty objective.
Oh, I think he leans towards the Lions.
He was mourning St Kilda more than anything.
Oh, okay, rightio.
He was lamenting.
Lamenting.
Like in the Book of Lamentations. A very biblical approach to the game tomorrow for Greggy. He's not even going to watch the whole game, he said, remember? He doesn't care.
Oh, right.
He
Well,
actually
there you
doesn't
go.
care.
Okay, well, I'm wrong with that. But we have been talking a lot, and there was a feel that perhaps we were speaking too much about one team over the other. So I've got Catherine on the line, the author of said text. Catherine, you're there. Do you feel that we've been perhaps a bit biased in our reporting this morning?
Just a little bit. You know, I am in one-eyed cat country.
Can you even it out for us? Who are you thinking is going to win the grand final over the weekend?
I'm going to have to say Geelong. Come on.
Go the Cats.
Go Cats.
So when I play this song, what are you seeing as a Cats fan? What are you imagining the end of the game is going to look like?
Ollie Dempsey taking a seckie or doing a crazy soccer goal into the goal.
Winning the game.
Taking a bag full. Yet winning the game. Smashing them out. Brisbane won't even know what hit them.
Look, whenever I hear that song, I just see myself taking the mark. Can you see Andy taking a mark when you hear that song as well?
Oh, I think you need to kick the football first, Andy.
Let's start with the beginning, the basics.
Well, you say
there,
start with the
Pepper.
basics. No, I say start at the top. I just want to take that
You
mark.
just want the glory moment.
Look, this is what I'm going to take the mark.
You like Gaza Senior.
Yeah, I'm going to take the mark. I'm going to land on my feet and do a little hand pass to one of the other players, and they can do the kick.
Well, over the weekend, that's your challenge, Andy. I want to see that.
There's no I in team.
No.
Yes, you need a video Andy trying to kick the Sheridan.
Yeah, give it a go.
I know how to kick a ball. I mean, I'm not an AFL player, but
No, but I
I
wanna
used
see
to
you.
kick in rugby union, so I was one of the kickers. I knew how to put a bomb up.
You knew how to put a bomb up.
This is different to a rugby goal. Come on.
Tell us the Cats. What is the feeling amongst the Cats fans? Is there great anticipation? Are you expecting a victory?
Well, I'm a child of the 90s. There's many a times in the 90s we made it and didn't quite win.
Okay.
Ooh, it's one of those
I
teams.
always approach grand finals with caution.
With caution.
With caution.
You have to guard your heart, don't you? That's a bit
You
biblical.
do, but bear in mind there was also 2007, 2009, 2011,
wow,
22. You know, that's just in the recent history. In the last 20 years, we've hardly missed finals.
You've done a lot better than St Kilda then, haven't you?
Oh, well and truly. And if you factor in the 90s, you know, we've had a lot of success. And then if you count in the pre-VFL premierships, we're right up there.
Right.
Look, I just want to say I don't actually care who wins. Okay, I don't go for
you-
Brisbane.
you've
I don't
gotta
go for
put-
Brisbane or the Cats. So
you've
this is
gotta go for someone.
this is an objective statement. Just the biological observation I'm making right now. If a cat plays a lion in anything, I'm going to back the lion. I'm just going to say the lion is going to whoop that little pussy cat. So I don't know. I'm just saying, biologically speaking, a cat versus a lion, it's not looking good.
Biologically speaking, they'd be friends. Because I reckon a cat and a lion, no, they'd be friends.
Same family, Andy.
Same
That
family.
cat is a source of food.
No.
That big lion is going to be like, this is a great little snack for my little cub at home with the cubs.
Do you reckon the cats wish that they'd chosen a different mascot?
Right now, maybe. Yes.
At least a tiger.
Because if I was a lion, I would not be scared of a cat.
Before we were the Cats, we were the Pivotonians. And the reason we were called the Cats...
The what?
The what?
Before we were the Cats, we were the Pivotonians.
What are they?
I'm not sure, but it was like in the 20s.
Wow.
Pivotonians.
Pivotonians.
They did a good job moving that.
And we played the Collywobbles in a final, which is Collingwood.
Oh.
And they lost, and a newspaper published, they thought it was because of a black cat walking past the captain of Collingwood. And that's why they lost. And that's why we're now the Cats.
Brilliant. Well, Catherine, that's very good history. And we are non-biased here, aren't we, Andy, as the Vision reps? We just want to say, go everybody, go the team. It's all about the game.
Okay, you know why they were called the Pivotonians? I've just Googled it, Phil, thanks to technology, because Geelong was known as the Pivot City.
Yes.
A reference to Geelong being the central hub for shipping and for the whole of Melbourne. So there you go. So they were the Pivotonians.
You know, actually, when Victoria was being established as a colony, there was a fight-off between Melbourne and Geelong for being the capital of the state.
Oh.
There you go.
So there's always
so therefore, there's been a deep-seated rivalry ever since between the two cities.
you go.
And that's why every Melbourne club hates Geelong.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Catherine, we love your passion, love your energy.
Yes.
We honestly wish you all the best. As I said, I don't care who wins. I think the game's going to win tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the game. Thank you so much for joining us today on Rise and Shine.
Thanks.
There you go. Well, now we've covered both sides.
A word of correction there. I think it was fair too. I think it was fair.
I think it was fair. And look, the winner really is sport, isn't it? Go team.
The game will win tomorrow, Phil. That is for sure.
But look, if you are or aren't watching football over the weekend, have a good one.
Be blessed.
Be blessed. We'll be back tomorrow with the best bits of Rise and Shine, and then Monday morning for a new week.
And up next, don't go anywhere because we've got the story and then we've got Toshiba bringing it on 2020.
It's not really Toshiba.
Well, we wish his name was Toshiba,
We
that
do.
Tosh was short, but it's not.
It's just Tosh.
It would be cool if it was, though.
It would be cool.
What's your name? Toshiba.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.